Hi, Gavin Noffke here. It's three weeks since I did the Essex Way Ultra, so hopefully the body's recovered. I'm here up in Cumbria, bonus on Solway, the start of the Hadrian's Wall path, which is 84 miles all the way to Newcastle on the east coast. So traversing the whole of the north of England. Emperor Hadrian's Wall, which was obviously originally built to keep out the Scots from the Roman Empire in England. Today I'm hoping to run half of the Hadrian's Wall path as a bit of a recce. I hope to do the whole lot at one point in one go, but this is just to see where I can get water from, etc. along the way, and to learn the path if possible. So I'll see you along the way. So 12 miles in, just over 2 hours, averaging 10:10 per mile, which isn't bad. It's been pretty flat, to be honest. Muddy farmers tracks, flat road, but I knew that the first part would be relatively flat. We've got some hills to come, no doubt. Haven't seen any sign of the wall yet. Been past Drumborough Castle, which looks really nice. Other than that, not much notable to see. I've had some path diversions which have been quite annoying. Obviously it deviates from the GPX, so your watch is bleeping at you, telling you you're going the wrong way. And the signposts haven't been brilliant. There's one coming up now. We have to follow the acorns. So it's just over a quarter of the way in. It's much warmer than I thought it would be. It's about 20 degrees. I'm sweating more than I'd hoped to, so I might need to alter my hydration strategy somewhat. I'm using, so I always use for my long runs, which is Tailwind. So I started off with 1.5 litres of water in my bladder and 2 packs of Tailwind, which should last me about 4 hours. Obviously hoping to fill up the water somewhere along the way, probably just after we go through Carlisle, hopefully. It's funny to think that I was in Carlisle earlier, got the train there, I got paid for a taxi all the way to Bonus, and now I'm going to be back in Carlisle soon. Anyway, for the love of running. Now today I'm wearing my new Ultra Olympus 5 Mont Blanc shoe, which is brilliant. It's a long distance shoe, but they've really stripped it out from the Olympus 4 that I had, and it's about 40 grams lighter per shoe. Some people have complained about the heel being too light and it doesn't hold their foot, but I haven't had any problems whatsoever with a lace lock. In fact, it's very similar to the Ultra Vanish carbon race car marathon shoe what they've done to it, stripped all the weight out, but kept the cushioning. Brilliant trail shoe. Not sure how long it'll stay that colour though. Hopefully we'll see some of Hadrian's wall soon. I imagine after Carlisle. It's also rather annoying. There's been heavy rain here, I've missed it. But there are flies everywhere. Being pastoral farming country, they're just all over the place. I haven't come across the famous Cumbrian midge yet. It'll probably be later when it gets to evening. So we're at 20 miles in 3 hours 35 minutes. It's almost halfway for today's run, so a quarter of the way along the wall almost. Hasn't been particularly scenic, to be honest. Followed the River Eden through Carlisle. Didn't see much of Carlisle, which is probably a good thing. We arrived at the station today, but now we cross the M6 and we're heading into the countryside, hopefully. Still no wall, and I'm hoping to find somewhere to fill up with water. A pub or a shop or anything really. Don't really fancy drinking river water. Follow the acorn. Also, it's a bit strange, my heart rate. I wear a heart rate belt for a more accurate read. For some reason it's peaking, spiking, going up to about 155, even though I'm running very slowly still, which either means I'm not aerobically fit, which I don't think is the case. Yes, it's warm, which can have an effect on your heart rate. It could be that, or I could be coming down with an illness, or a combination of those factors, or something else I don't know about. Maybe the heart rate strap battery is changing, I don't know. So I'm taking regular walking breaks just to keep the heart rate down. So it's probably going to mean I end up finishing in the dark today, but I think it's wise just to try and keep the heart rate down. I'm not trying to break any records, so just enjoy the Recce, and hopefully the path gets a bit nicer as we go along. I'm sure it will. I'm sure we'll see signs of war soon. But it's rained quite a lot and soaked. I'm hoping to keep dry feet, because after the Essex Way a few weeks ago, please see the other video, I had wet feet for 18 hours, so I've still got some remnants of blisters. So I was hoping to keep the feet dry today, but they're not, they're wet. Anyway, we'll see what happens. Had to stop to loosen my shoes because they're a bit tight. I guess as you keep running, your feet expand and swell, but they're all fine now. But yeah, hopefully we can find some water soon. So checking at 23.5 miles. Now run out of water, so that's not great. I have an emergency can of Red Bull, and that's it. Apparently there's a campsite and some tea rooms up here, but it's now 6 PM. I'm not sure the tea rooms will be open. Hopefully I'll be able to get some water from the campsite, but I don't know. Hello cows. There's a storm over there to the south. It's been thundering quite heavily. I think I've missed it, but it looks fairly violent. Over the distance. Still going slowly, plodding along. Trying not to upset the cows. Hopefully next time I switch the camera on I'll have water. So here's the first actual visible section of the wall at Hare Hill, and that's after almost, well, 29 miles, so not much visible at all until now, which is a bit of a shame. You can see some excavations and you know sometimes where it is, but the first 29 miles there's not really much evidence of it. And because you're running, if I was walking I'd probably have my OS map so you can see the exact site of the wall and probably see more evidence of it, but because you're running you probably don't notice exactly where it is. But good to see Hare Hill. It was brilliant. Got some water at 24 miles. There was a snack hut with an honesty box. It was absolutely fantastic. The fridge with cold water, Coke, ready meals, anything you could possibly want, tea and coffee. So stocked up on that. So hats off to the Newtown's snack hut, really good idea. There was also a snack hut at 28 miles from Bonus if anyone needs one. So brilliant to get some cold water, fill up my bladder and get a new lease of life. The conditions, to be honest, have been horrendous underfoot. It's just trudging through muddy cow fields, and they've obviously had an absolute mountain of rain. As you can see, stream running down the road. Shoes are absolutely soaked through, but fingers crossed, thanks to the Injinji socks, the toe socks, no blisters as yet. So hopefully got about another 12 miles to go till we get to Haltwhistle, which is where I'm finishing today. It's 8 PM, so I've probably got an hour and a half or so of daylight left. Well, I'll have to switch the torch on. My heart rate, funnily enough, I think it was the heat that was causing it, because as it's cooled down, had a few rain showers, it's come back down again. So due to the heat, I think. But it's much nicer now. It's kind of more rolling countryside, more Hadrian's Wall country as you might expect. But yeah, 30 miles, 12 to go ish, and I imagine we'll see more of the wall, so I'll get the camera out then. So we're at mile 33 2, another 10 or so to go. Losing the sun now, so probably another 45 minutes or so before the head torch needs to come out. So I thought I'd take some more video. Feeling good now that it's cooled down. I'm not drinking as much water or needing to. A tailwind that I use, the powder, as an electrolyte as well, so electrolytes, so it contains all of the salts that you need for endurance running, because obviously you lose a significant amount whilst you're on the move. But this is nice. I think I've still got the same family of flies following me. I've been going for about 30 miles now, and if you stop to walk then they're suddenly all over you, so it's just best to keep moving if you can. I don't know if the flies are just due to the significant rainfall that they've had here, or if it's normal, I don't know. But no midges, which is great. Final stretch. Always like to think on a run after halfway I've broken the back of it, and the second half is somehow easier. I don't think it is, but psychologically it's easier. You know you've done most of the hard work. Feet still extremely wet. Anyway, hey ho. So there's another nice part of the wall, turret 49B, Börderswald or Wald West, which was another turret for auxiliary soldiers to live. Not very big, but yeah, here's a nice part of the wall that I haven't seen before, and we're coming up on Börders, I assume it's Börderswald, which is a fort. It's nice to see these more complete parts of the wall to show what a massive engineering feat it was in AD 122 to build this wall the whole way across the country, which obviously is way higher than it is now. Still got some daylight. Almost 33 miles. And here is Börderswald Fort as it remains today. I'm not going to go and read all the notices, but I would like to. It's fairly impressive, obviously quite big, just off the main wall itself. Which is here. Blackbird going to bed. I'm back on the road. So not much further on. 34 miles, but this is just phenomenal to be able to run next to the wall like this. Just gone past Willowfoot, where there was no longer existing, but there was a Roman fortified bridge over the river there, which is, from artist's impression, pretty impressive. Just losing the light slowly, not really bothered about pace or time or getting dark. It's just been lovely enjoying this path pretty much by myself. I'm surprised that there aren't more people walking. I've literally seen a handful on the whole path so far. I'm not sure why, being the school holidays, but it's lovely, enjoying it in solitude. We lost the wall for a bit. So I'm just before 40 miles, almost at Great Chester's Fort, but I decided to come down from the wall and the tops because it was just really hard to navigate in the dark with no signposts, seem to have disappeared, and you've got sheep trails going off in all directions, so really hard to see exactly which path you should be taking, and the GPS on the watch just telling you to go in a different direction, so really tricky. It was quite rocky and steep, so I decided the best option was to cut my losses and just come down onto a track which would take me into Haltwhistle in about 1.5 miles time, and hopefully my accommodation is waiting for me with a nice warm shower and a bed, which will be great. Fairly tired. Yeah, it's just been really tricky in the dark trying to navigate. I was even sent up the wrong path by an acorn sign which I'm supposed to be following on the wrong path, so that wasn't overly good, into Haltwhistle Golf Club, which was actually the Pennine Way. But anyway, it's been a really good run. Enjoyed it. Tired, but well worth it. Just great to see some of the wall that I haven't seen before over this western side. There's my GPS telling me I'm off course again. Right, thank you for watching. See you again soon. What time is it? It's almost 11 o'clock. So we've almost been going 9 hours. But it's all good.